Hey everybody, this is Dr. J. Kamal and Professor Spikes, and we're live from Long Island, New York, where it's been a beautiful, beautiful spring day, and Wall Street made a little bit of a comeback, right, towards the end.
It did.
Well, a
It ended
little
in
bit of a
green, believe it or
recovery.
not.
I'm still in the red, honestly.
Oh, you are and I am, but officially the market
Well,
didn't.
the Dow closed green, but the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Russell were all in the red. So, I mean, it's not like the market turned it around completely, but it showed a little life at the end of the day. Better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
I mean, it was much worse earlier.
Yeah. As always, let's get our disclaimer in quickly. Our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. Do your own due diligence, etc., etc., etc. So, what do you think I bought today? I went on a little bit of a buying spree.
You bought? You had money to buy?
I told you I always have money to buy, no matter what.
Every time the market crashes, I'm like have no money to buy.
I have some money in reserve to buy.
Let me guess. You bought Amazon, Tesla,
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Apple,
There's never a wrong time to buy Amazon,
I
according to
bought
some.
Amazon. What else did I buy?
Amazon, Tesla, Apple.
You guessed. Those are the three. How'd you guess?
Yeah, exactly. What do you got, VSP?
Wow. And what's the point of my going on this show for? I could just send come up.
I wish I could predict the market that way.
So you broke down and bought some Amazon, which,
I
if I had
did.
money,
I did. I had, I saw some really attractive looking prices near 2000, so I bought a little.
Yeah,
Not much. I'm nibbling.
at least you see them attractive. I don't.
Well,
Hey, if it's under,
eventually it's going to look cheap, these prices.
Yes.
what's it at
eventually.
now? Did it go under two?
No, but I think it hit 2025.
Yeah, about 2025. 2025 and some change.
Hey, that's
yes.
a bargain.
So,
Bargain.
this is really bargains. 5 years from now, we're going to all wish we'd bought more of the dip that we're experiencing right now.
I wish I could buy.
Yeah. And Tesla with Shanghai reopening, full steam ahead, right?
Yeah.
And with possible stock split. Well, they already had a split. They split 2-for-1 by itself. They went from 1,200 to 500. That's
Right.
That's 2-for-1.
Yes, that's about right.
Snap was the casualty du jour, right? What did it go down? 33%, 50%?
yeah.
That's a big number. Every day, it's another company bites the dust, and probably took Facebook down with it. I think it did.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook never deserved to be up in the first place.
Yeah, Facebook maybe is one of those companies that deserve to get deflated a little bit. They're reinventing themselves, and that might take years to really reinvent themselves as the metaverse.
Right.
Meanwhile,
a lot of my friends are not on Facebook anymore. They hardly go on Facebook. They're like
all the
Instagram.
teeny boppers and young people are on TikTok.
Right.
Correct.
Or Instagram.
Or Instagram, but mainly TikTok.
But TikTok is like a Chinese company, right?
Yes. And that's the trouble with social media. It's very faddish. Very faddish. And that's what scares me a little bit about Roblox, but I do think they have the potential to be the dominant player in the metaverse, whatever that means.
Right. If you're buying into the metaverse, I mean, the backlash is going to be that people want to actually see each other and engage with each other for real. But
Right.
then again, they're going to get sick from each other with the next COVID, and then they'll go back into their holes, and then a stock like that would skyrocket.
I think that they haven't really lost many users with the pandemic coming to an end. Roblox, that is. Maybe they're not gaining at the same rate, but I don't think they've lost. it gets it gets to be very addictive, especially for these kids.
Right.
So the habits that they learned in the pandemic is continuing, and they interact plenty with their friends while they're playing. So it is social.
I hope you're right, Tim.
What does Tim have to say? Yeah, that's possible. But they're selling at 20 cents now. What would a takeout be? A dollar?
20 cents. Oh my God.
Maybe a dollar? A dollar? Would be
Yeah.
happy,
What about the 3 we originally paid for it?
happy to get a dollar.
99 cents.
99-cent special. Yeah.
Right.
I would rather get a European partner to foot the bill on the rest of the Masters 2 trial, and hope that it will come back in time. So that's where we are with Athesis. The placebo effect is really dramatic with things like how do you feel type questions, and that's what it was. It's basically like a questionnaire for the patients that had ischemic stroke. So if they're in the placebo group, they want to think they got the real thing, and they do good because of the placebo effect to a certain extent. It's very tough, very tough. In fact, the placebo group did twice as good in Japan as they did in the Masters 1 phase 2 trial that Athesis finished not too long ago. So how do you explain that? It was a healthier placebo group? I mean, it's so freakish. The data is so freakish. I don't know what other word to put for it. But
The
it's
placebo effect is like the sense of feeling that something is being done, even though nothing is being done. So it's just hope.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, when you have the question like, "How do you feel? How are you doing?"
Mhm.
Right.
I think that's very unreliable. If it's not measurable,
Correct.
All right. Who else is here? Mark is here. Fendicare is here. Better get in on CTIC as it moves above 5. Indubitably is here. Tim, of course. KT is here. KT is appreciative that you make everybody laugh, even though you're crying inside.
Yeah, right.
I am.
Laugh,
I
clown,
must,
laugh.
I must confess.
Robert wrote of Athesis earlier this year.
Smart guy.
Wrote or
Wrote
wrote?
off.
I think he meant wrote off, not
Yeah.
wrote of, right?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Robert Townsend. I think he meant he wrote off Athesis. He
Yep.
wrote it off. VRM looking tempting with over 600 million in cash, plus 200 million in restricted cash on the balance sheet. Only 180 million market cap. We have to look at that one.
Okay.
I mean, the balance sheet is a big thing these days. Cash flow is a big thing these days.
So,
AMD, monkeypox.
So, Dr. J, we thought that the market will recover in April. Then we thought it's going to recover in May.
Well, I've always been saying second half of the year.
So we still have to wait another. We still have to wait another.
Well, we're close to the second half of the year.
Go to the beach, watch the waves.
I'm going. I'm
Let
going up
2
to
months
date.
pass, and then go back and look.
Jiggly has VBIV issue.
Yeah, me too. But then again, I'm still in CRM.
Yeah, May of 2023.
CVM.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the charts. Take a look at a few charts.
May of 2023. Very good, Tim.
All right. What have we got here? Let me
Well, the end of the day was a creep up, at least from noon.
the S&P down 0.4%. The Dow up 0.15%. The NASDAQ down 2.33%. The Russell down 1.5%. Crude oil down 0.5%. That's good. We like when crude oil is down. Although I think it is going back to 125 a barrel. Gold is up 1%, as silver is up 2%, almost 2%. The 10-year is down 3.5%. And let's take a look at Bitcoin.
Yeah, the 10-year is down to 2.75.
Let's take a look at that again. Yeah, that's pretty big collapse. That should be bullish for the market.
They were saying it's a flight to quality.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, people want their guaranteed 2.5 instead of.
I have to look.
This game.
I have to wipe my glasses because it says Bitcoin is up 1/5%.
What?
I'm looking at the screen. It says Bitcoin is up $58.
You can't. What are you going to believe? Yourself or your own eyes?
I don't know. I guess it's up. It's fractionally up. It's not down.
It's not even 1%.
It's $58, which is nothing for Bitcoin. All right, so I bought some Apple when it was down more, so I'm making money today.
Wow.
I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, how could you say no to this stuff?
But let's take a look at the chart of Apple.
Oh wow!
As Apple goes, so goes.
It's weekly or month? Oh, this is a monthly.
That's interesting. I must say, it is interesting. I have here as a strong area of support on the monthly. I drew in 116.21.
Oh,
A very strong area of support. But,
God forbid.
God forbid, yes.
but well, you know, there's other areas of support before that, like right here.
Yeah, right there, right.
And that's just below where we are. So what number are we looking at there? 138.27 looks like some support. And let's do a quick Fibonacci retrace on this one, see if that gives us any information. Fib, I'll do it from this low right here. One January 2019 low. A little different than the March lows because it was actually lower here. So let's see what that gives us. That gives us
uncanny.
What's the low of the month here? 132.61. 132.61. The 38.2 is down at 126. Interesting. Let's push it up to the March lows, or better yet, this low, whatever that is. This is the March lows. Let's see what we get now. 38.2 is just below where we are at about 137. Is that right? It would be this low, 138.27. It coincides with the low of October 21, 38.2%. So we're just below that. We're just above that now. So this looks like a pretty good area of support that I drew in because it doesn't quite coincide. It's actually a little above it. What is the 38.2 is 133. 133. So that would be another area of support, 133. Let's go on to look at something else. How about the SPY? It made a U-turn today. It looked like it was heading for collapse. And again, the 50% fib was at 249, 349. Let's draw that fib in. Fib retrace from the March lows. That would be right about there to right about there. There you see it. 38.2 is where it stopped pretty much, right? 380, 54. And the 50 is right here at 349, like we said. So basically we stopped at pretty close to or around the 38.2. I didn't draw it totally accurately, but close. So you can see that we stopped at a fib number, and the next fib number below it would be 349. So it looks like an ideal place for it to have stopped at exactly 20% retrace, right? The low was 380, which is exactly 20%. Well, 20% and a little bit. 20% would be 384. But, within the ballpark, that vicinity. So I know this is a monthly, but it tells you as much as anything else. If I switch to weekly, it's going to be a similar picture. Well, it does look a little different, but you still see the reversal last week. And if we switch to the daily, it's even more dramatic because we have a big bodied candle and the next day confirmation of that turnaround. So actually the most bullish of these charts is probably the daily right now. And we have another such candle where we rallied throughout the day to come back to close higher for the day from the open, but lower from yesterday. Still not a bad day. We lost 3 points. Is that right? Yeah, 3 points on SPY. Okay, let's take a look at Amazon. I added Apple, I added Amazon, I added Tesla. I want to look at all of them. Make sure I know what I was doing adding them. I think I know what I was doing adding them. Well, Amazon is there's never a wrong time to buy, right?
So
Isn't that
until
Well, only if we buy it at the high.
Yeah, it'll come back. Make new highs. We have that double peak right up here. It's interesting. I mean, that was a real signal back here of trouble. And it couldn't take out this high of 37.73. The double high was 37.62. So that was a big sign of trouble. We're on the monthly. So that was 4 months later, it couldn't take out that high. That spelled trouble. And we've had some bad months in between, the last 2 months being the worst. This is an unbelievable big red candle on the monthly from the month of April. It was a disaster. If we look at the weekly, it's not going to look much better. We have so many red candles on the weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red candles out of the last 9 weeks. Pretty incredible. Really terrible. Even the one week where we had a green candle, it was still finished below the low of the week before. So even that wasn't phenomenal. In terms of going down, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going on 8 weeks in a row of downward movement on Amazon. I don't think it's ever gone down 8 weeks in a row that I can.
Especially by that much.
Wow, this has been an incredible quick slide from 3,400 to a low of 2025 today. I mean, we're talking 1,400 points in 8 weeks. That's a lot of market cap erased. Pretty incredible. It just feels like it's at bargain basement prices right now. If you're throwing out the chart, I mean, if you look at the chart, it does look like there's very little support until you get all the way down to the March lows, March 2020 lows, which is at 1626. But that doesn't mean it has to reach it. It went right through the 200 week like it was like butter.
Like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, like a hot knife through butter. It just pierced it and kept going. So
That's a horrible sign, actually.
It sure is. But I'm confident that the March lows will hold.
Wow.
If it gets that low. So it's just gonna, if you can keep nibbling a little bit at a time while it goes down, and then keep nibbling while it goes up, you're gonna do great in the long run on Amazon, I think.
I read something yesterday about that they're gonna lay off some people or something just to cut costs and whatnot.
Well, they overhired during Omicron. They were doing such great business. They opened too many warehouses, hired too many people. So now they're going to adjust. Yeah, that's normal. Normal, I think. CTIC is the one stick-out star in biotech. Not the only one, but at least it's moving back up to challenge its all-time highs at 576. The chart on this one is very, very good. Excellent chart on that one. So, I mean, you can buy this one on dips and feel pretty good about it. Anytime it dips back, if it dips back to the 12-day at 475, looks like a good place to get in. We have a nice upward trend line going. Looks good. CTIC looks really good. One of the few stocks I can point to that looks really good. How about Walmart on the comeback trail? What do you think?
Only slightly.
Yeah. Well, it really sold off in 1 month. It sold off from a high of 150 to a low of 117.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, 33 points. Huge percentage drop. But it looks like it's stabilized. It's putting in a good candle for the week so far. And let's see if it can pierce the 200 on the way up. It would be nice if it ended the week above the 200-day moving average. Walmart, quality stock. They're not going out of business. They got hurt by supply chain inflation and so on. The higher ticketed items aren't moving, but all of that will change. And, the price of gasoline is hurting a company like Walmart.
Right.
Because people can't afford to drive to the Walmart to go shopping. I mean, it's crazy right now. But there is a big online presence with Walmart too. So I like Walmart. It's a little bit of the old and a lot of the new mixed together. I think it's a great long-term hold, buy, whatever you want to call it. Anything else people are talking about?
We had somebody talk about VRM. If you want
Oh yeah, VRM, right? VRM, is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the chart is not showing too much, but I guess it's the fundamentals that are more exciting.
Right. This was more. This wasn't about. This was not about the technicals per se.
Take a look at the daily.
Even
It doesn't show
even
much
less to talk
more.
about. Right.
The only thing I can notice right away is we got a big spike in volume on May 10th. It must have been some kind of news. How about the RSI? The RSI is hovering around oversold,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been hovering around oversold all the way back since March or even earlier. So it's been extremely weak since this fall from Grace 228.22 when it fell from the 637 area. So they may be cash rich, but there's something wrong. Judging from the chart, I mean, from the beginning of March, it's been very dull. It's like trending down, but very, very slowly. That's you know, it's a slow bleed. I don't know if things will get better, but if you like this one based on the fundamentals, I again would average in because it looks weak, so you might have a chance to pick it up even cheaper. You got to average into these stocks, especially considering the fact that the whole market has been terrible and biotech has been the worst.
Mm.
So anything you're interested in buying, don't rush to go whole hog in, including especially stocks with charts like this. You got to take it slow. You want to go in one little bit every week, a little bit every month, however you want to play it. So that's it for today. We covered everything. What do you think?
Well, do you want to talk just for a little bit about Lucid and the other EV plays?
I'll chart Lucid. Lucid has been on a down.
EO and XPEV, even those any of those guys. I just wanted to get your feel for them.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Lucid from the very, very top and see what we get. All the way up here. We get aggravation is what we get.
Yeah, exactly.
What about from this low? I don't know. It doesn't look like the best chart in the world, no matter how you,
No.
no matter what trend line you look to draw, it's not good. The only thing good is that it's gotten out of this nasty spiral down and it's going sideways now. So you want it to stay in that. Yeah, I guess you wanted to stay in this new trading pattern on the daily.
Around there, that looks right.
On top, yeah. So we have 17 to 20 is the trading range that over the last 2 weeks, and that's a hell of a lot better than where it looked like it was heading back here. On the 12th of May, it was $13. So it's recovered somewhat. You want to see it hold that $17 area. 1685 was its low today. You don't want to finish lower than that. That you don't want to end the day lower than the low of today or the low back here. Yeah. So, I mean, it was a weak candle today, but it's still within the new trading range. An excellent sign would be for it to break 1980.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be an excellent sign on the plus side. So right now, I think it's a no man's land. Let the stock tell you whether to buy or sell. Above 20, you're a buyer. Below 1680 on a close, you're probably a seller. That's how I see lucid. Okay.
Thank you.
I think we're
Yeah, we're
about,
pretty close.
we
Yeah,
did,
Jiggly is keeping us aware of some bad news out of Texas.
what's going on.
Another school
shooting.
shooting.
Oh, gee. Oh,
So
what's going on in this country? Do you think it has to do with the pandemic and all that's going on in the world?
Kids are too stressed out, man. Kids are
well, I mean,
boys.
that doesn't explain Connecticut.
It's not the economy because the jobs are pretty available. What is causing this? It's just horrible.
We're a big country with a lot of opinions and a lot of guns.
Yeah. VCRX fireside chat this morning.
Oh, too bad.
Why bother with fireside chats that are not uplifting? Just skip it. Just don't have one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Oh man. So I'm really distressed to hear about the shooting in Texas.
Yeah, it's horrible.
All right, we're gonna end with that.
We're gonna end with that somber note.
Yeah, sour, somber note. As always, for your underdreams, our opinions, Instagram, that kind of stuff. Please subscribe and happy trading, and let's get a rally going. Rally caps on for tomorrow.
That's right.
Ciao.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
guys.